A woman in Paris, day one of her dream vacation. She reaches for her heart medication, the pills she's taken daily for 12 years, but they're not in her carry-on. They're in her checked bag. The bag the airline just informed her is now in Dubai. Every year, thousands of travelers have their vacations completely derailed by preventable medication mistakes, not inconvenience ruined. Emergency room visits, detentions at foreign borders, life-threatening complications. The Transportation Security Administration processes over 2 million travelers daily, and medication errors rank among the most common and dangerous travel mishaps. Yet according to travel insurance data, 63% of travelers make at least one critical mistake with their medications. This video reveals the 7 medication travel mistakes that can derail or even destroy your trip. Most travelers make at least 3 of them. The 6th mistake? It's the one that sends more Americans to foreign hospitals than any other medication error. The stakes couldn't be higher. According to the CDC, medication issues are involved in 23% of all travel medical emergencies for Americans abroad. That's over 100,000 cases annually. The average cost of these emergencies? $4,000 if you're lucky, $50,000 if you're not. Travel insurance providers report that medication-related claims have increased 34% in the past 5 years. Yet 91% of these situations were completely preventable with proper planning. The problem extends beyond health risks. Over 2,000 American travelers were detained at foreign borders last year for medication-related issues, medications that were perfectly legal in the United States, but prohibited at their destinations. These 7 medication mistakes can happen to anyone from first-time travelers to seasoned globetrotters. The difference between a ruined trip and a perfect one often comes down to understanding exactly what not to do. Mistake 1. Packing all medications in checked luggage. This is perhaps the most common mistake and one of the most devastating. Airlines mishandled over 1.9 million bags in 2023 alone. That's 5,200 bags every single day that are delayed, damaged, or lost entirely. When your medication is in those bags, the consequences can be life-threatening. The TSA explicitly states it's highly recommended you place these items in your carry-on in the event that you need immediate access. This isn't just a suggestion, it's essential policy based on decades of travel incidents. The solution is simple, but non-negotiable. Pack all medications, prescription, and over-the-counter in your carry-on bag. Never check essential medications, even if they seem unnecessary during the flight. For maximum security, place medications in a clear, dedicated bag within your carry-on. This makes them easy to locate and present during security screening if necessary. The TSA allows medications in both solid and liquid form in your carry-on without quantity restrictions when medically necessary. Mistake 2. Not researching destination countries' medication laws. This mistake has led to thousands of detentions, confiscations, and even arrests of American travelers. Medications that are perfectly legal and common in the United States can be strictly controlled or outright banned in other countries. For example, Adderall is illegal in Japan. Codeine-containing medications are banned in the United Arab Emirates. Pseudoephedrine, in many cold medicines, is prohibited in Japan. Even some sleeping pills and strong pain relievers are restricted in Singapore, Thailand, and parts of Europe. The consequences can be severe. In the UAE, travelers have faced jail time for bringing in common prescription medications. In Japan, medications containing stimulants have led to detention and deportation. Ignorance of local laws provides no protection. The solution requires advanced planning. At least 30 days before travel, check with the embassy or consulate of your destination country. Review the CDC Traveler's Health website for medication guidance for controlled substances. Obtain an International Narcotics Control Board approval if required. Print official documentation of the country's medication policies. Remember, I didn't know is never an accepted excuse at international borders when it comes to medication laws. Mistake 3. Failing to carry original prescription containers and documentation. This mistake affects both domestic and international travelers, but the consequences are particularly severe abroad. While the TSA states they do not require passengers to have medications in prescription bottles for domestic travel, this creates a dangerous false sense of security. Individual states have different laws regarding prescription labeling, and law enforcement, not TSA, enforces these laws. For international travel, the requirements are much stricter. Without original containers and documentation, travelers face confiscation of necessary medications, detention while authorities verify prescriptions, denial of entry to certain countries, significant delays that can disrupt entire itineraries. The solution is comprehensive documentation, Keep all prescription medications in their original, labeled containers. Carry a formal letter from your prescribing physician on official letterhead. Bring copies of all prescriptions, including the generic names for controlled substances. Carry additional documentation proving medical necessity. For medications with strict international controls, consult with your doctor about temporary alternatives that may be more widely accepted abroad. Plan this conversation at least 30 days before travel to test any substitute medications. If this information is valuable for future travels, now is the perfect time to subscribe. The channel publishes weekly travel safety guides that could literally save your next vacation or even your life. Hit subscribe to ensure you never miss critical travel advice, including the upcoming video on hidden travel insurance clauses that could cost you thousands. Your future traveling self will thank you. Mistake 4. Not packing an adequate supply plus extra. This mistake has stranded countless travelers in foreign countries, desperately seeking medication refills. Travel disruptions are increasingly common. In 2023, over 210,000 flights were canceled in the US alone. Weather events, mechanical issues, and staffing shortages have extended what should be weekend trips into week-long ordeals. When these delays happen, access to local pharmacies becomes critical. But many travelers discover too late that their US prescriptions aren't valid in foreign countries. Equivalent medications may have different names or formulations. Some medications simply aren't available in certain regions. Language barriers make explaining medical needs nearly impossible. The solution is mathematical. Pack your daily medication requirements, then add at least 50% more. For a 2-week trip, bring a 3-week supply. The TSA permits unlimited amounts of pill or solid form medication as long as it's screened. Additionally, ask your doctor for an emergency prescription that can be filled remotely if necessary. Some travel insurance policies now include telemedicine services that can help arrange emergency prescription fulfillment abroad, but they can't work miracles with highly regulated medications. Mistake 5. Improper storage of temperature-sensitive medications. This silent killer of medication effectiveness affects millions of travelers yearly, often without them realizing it until it's too late. Many critical medications require specific temperature ranges to maintain efficacy. Insulin needs to stay between 36 to 46 degrees Fahrenheit, 2 to 8 degrees Celsius. Many antibiotics degrade above 77 degrees Fahrenheit, 25 degrees Celsius. Epinephrine auto-injectors lose effectiveness above 86 degrees Fahrenheit, 30 degrees Celsius. Some biologics become completely ineffective if frozen or overheated. During air travel, cargo holds can reach temperature extremes from below freezing to over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 38 degrees Celsius. Even cabin temperatures can fluctuate significantly during long flights or delays on the tarmac. The TSA specifically addresses this concern, permitting insulated travel cases and ice packs, if frozen solid during screening, for temperature-sensitive medications in carry-on bags. Always declare these at the checkpoint. The solution requires specialized equipment. Invest in medication travel cases designed for temperature control. Use phase change cooling packs rather than ice, which can damage medications if in direct contact. Consider Frio cooling wallets for insulin, which activate with water and require no refrigeration. Monitor temperature with small digital thermometers included in some medical travel cases. Has a medication mistake ever disrupted your travels? Share your experience in the comments below. What happened, and how did you handle it? Your story could help fellow travelers avoid the same pitfalls on their next trip. While thinking about your comment, let's move on to the medication mistake that sends more Americans to foreign hospitals than any other, and it's one that almost no one plans for. Mistake 6. Ignoring time zone changes for dosing schedules. This seemingly minor oversight causes thousands of medical emergencies annually for travelers. When crossing multiple time zones, medication schedules can be thrown into chaos. For medications requiring precise timing, like anticoagulants, anti-seizure drugs, or insulin, the consequences can be severe. Taking doses too close together can lead to toxicity. Delays between doses can reduce effectiveness. Complete confusion about timing can result in missed doses entirely. Medical evacuation provider statistics show that time zone medication errors are involved in 17% of all medical evacuations for American travelers. The average cost of these evacuations, $42,000 for short haul and up to $180,000 for long-distance medical flights. The solution requires advanced planning with healthcare providers. For east-west travel across multiple time zones, consult your doctor about a specific adjustment schedule. Create a written plan that gradually adjusts timing before, during, and after travel. Use medication reminder apps that automatically adjust to time zone changes. Set multiple alarms during the adjustment period. For critical medications like insulin or anti-seizure drugs, this conversation with your doctor isn't optional, it's essential. Some medications may require dosage adjustments, not just timing changes during the travel period. Mistake 7. Forgetting essential over-the-counter, OTC, or first aid items. This common oversight forces travelers to navigate unfamiliar pharmacies, often with significant language barriers. Over-the-counter medications vary dramatically around the world. Familiar brand names like Tylenol or Advil don't exist in many countries. Active ingredients may differ significantly even when names sound similar. Dosages are often different, particularly in countries using the metric system. Some common U.S. remedies are prescription only in other countries. Even simple purchases become complicated. Antacid isn't a universal term, and describing symptoms through language barriers often leads to misunderstandings and inappropriate medications. The solution is a comprehensive travel health kit containing pain relievers, acetaminophen and ibuprofen, anti-diarrheal medication critical for international travel, motion sickness remedies, antihistamines for allergic reactions, basic first aid supplies including bandages and antiseptics, mild sleep aids, if you use them at home, any personal OTC medications you use regularly. The TSA's 311 rule, 3.4 Oz/100 ml containers in a quart-sized bag, applies to liquid OTC medications unless they are deemed medically necessary. For essential liquid medications, declare them separately at security checkpoints. These 7 mistakes have ruined countless trips, but they're all preventable with proper planning. The comprehensive solution begins at least 30 days before your departure. 30 days before travel, schedule a pre-travel consultation with your doctor. Research destination country medication laws. Request documentation for all prescription medications. Plan for time zone adjustments with your healthcare provider. 14 days before travel. Ensure all prescriptions are filled with adequate supply, plus 50% extra. Purchase appropriate storage solutions for temperature-sensitive medications. Assemble a complete over-the-counter medication kit. Organize all documentation in both digital and physical formats. Day before travel. Pack all medications in your carry-on luggage. Organize prescriptions in their original containers. Prepare a separate clear bag for screening. Download any medication reminder apps and set initial alarms. Make copies of all documentation and store in multiple locations. With proper planning, medication management during travel becomes seamless rather than stressful. Instead of becoming a travel emergency statistic, prepared travelers can focus on enjoying their destination rather than searching for emergency medical care. Before your next trip, use this video as a checklist. Take screenshots of key points or revisit it during your planning process. Your health and your vacation depend on avoiding these 7 critical mistakes. Remember the 7 medication travel mistakes that can ruin your trip. Packing medications in checked luggage, not researching destination medication laws, failing to carry original containers and documentation, not packing adequate supply plus extra, improper storage of temperature-sensitive medications, ignoring time zone changes for dosing schedules, forgetting essential OTC and first aid items. Safe travels begin with proper medication management. Subscribe for more critical travel advice that could save your next vacation or even your life.